God judge you when you're dead or when you're alive? That's what I
No,
don't
no, when you're
understand.
dead.
So when you're dead, you either go to heaven or hell, right?
Yeah, when you die, because we as Muslims we believe
So,
upon the earth, God can still punish you or test you. Because this life is a test. And sometimes when God punishes someone, doesn't mean God hates him automatically. No. Sometimes God to remind him that remember you have God and what you're doing is wrong. So that can be a lesson for you. Sometimes that's why we say every good comes from God. Even some issues which we observe as evil. Because the outcome of that evil thing can become good with you. Meaning, something happened to you as evil, you remember what I'm doing. Remember there's God, why I'm smoking drugs, why I'm drinking, why I'm rejecting God. So God will give you a little punishment to remind you to return to Him. And sometimes it's not punishment, it's a test. That's on the life, okay? As for the life of the grave, then there is a reward, likewise there is a punishment. But the greater judgment will be on the day of judgment, okay? God will judge you according to your actions. That's the greater judgment. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, in Surah Ghafir, that on that day, Allah will judge everyone. Allah said, لِمَنِ الْمُلْكُ الْيَوْمِ لِلَّهِ الْوَاحِدُ الْقَهَارِ. Who's the kingdom belongs to today? To the Allah, the Most High, and the Qahar. I can't remember the translation for it. But the day of judgment, God, that is the great judgment. Which God will judge you according to your actions. Either you go to paradise or you go to the hellfire. That is on the day of judgment.
but does your soul go to heaven or hell, or your body? Do you
Okay.
live there when after you die? Do you live in heaven and hell?
Okay.
Or do you? That's why I don't.
Okay,
understand.
okay,
Or is it
but
your
in this-
spirit, your soul?
Yes.
Like,
In this
the-
life, in the grave, some scholars said that in the grave is a soul. So your soul enjoy the bliss or feel the punishment. Even one of scholars, Mutamiyah said, even the body can feel it as well. Okay. As for the day of judgment, both your soul and your body. Does that answer your question?
So say if God loves you and takes you to heaven, you
Yeah.
live there in heaven for the rest of eternity, or
Inshallah. That's what we hope. Ever.
so
There's
it's
no,
your body and soul together.
Together,
you just
yeah.
live there. You don't.
there's no
like
board.
that.
The Prophet said, لا عين رأت ولا أذن سمعت ولا خطر على قلب بشر. The eyes never see, the ears never heard of, the heart never thought of. Paradise there is no boring. You don't feel bored. Everything there. Allah sent the Quran that you enjoy yourself. For a man, woman. For women, scholars mentioned why the reason Allah never mentioned in detail what the woman should get in paradise, because the nature of women to be shy. You know, that's the nature. But however, Allah mentioned in the Quran that لا تعلم نفس ما أخفي لهم إيش من قرة أعين جزاء بما كانوا يعملون. That the person or the believer, male or female, they have a not, or they don't know what Allah has prepared for them. Great reward.
Is there a certain location in the world that you go? Like
paradise.
Yeah, like is it in Middle East? Or...
No, paradise is not Middle East.
I don't know.
No,
Because I
you
know
can ask,
the
you can
creation is there.
No,
the
no,
creation
paradise
of
is
the world started there. So
We believe paradise is above the creation. As for the hellfire, the location of the hellfire, I don't know. Allah knows best. Some scholars said it's deep down the earth, but as one of the scholars, Imam al-Albani, may Allah have mercy upon him, one of the great scholars of Islam, said there is no clear proof where the hellfire is located. But paradise is above the creation.
There's some scholars that said it's under Jerusalem.
And the what?
Under the ground in Jerusalem.
Paradise.
The hell.
Hellfire.
Hellfire. No, because we believe Jerusalem is a blessed land.
Yeah, it is blessed.
Yeah, we believe that is a blessed land. Not just Jerusalem, Sham. Sham is a blessed land. Okay? So you believe in God. That's good. So, do you believe, do you have any religion, by the way? Do you follow any teaching?
I've seen all the religions, but I didn't follow one.
Again?
She doesn't follow anyone.
I don't follow the religion.
Okay, well you have to understand, God do exist. And we can easily reflect upon the creation to come to a conclusion that God is the most wise. Do you accept that? Okay. And He's the most just and the most merciful. Therefore, the most wise God will not create the creation without any purpose. Do you agree with that? Makes sense, okay? So therefore, logic dictates the only one knows that our purpose of life should be who? The Creator. For example, if I made this phone, yes? If I made this phone and no one made it before me, no one will know what is the purpose of the phone except me. Why? Because I made it. So if you want to learn about the phone, you should come back to me, correct? You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. And now, the Creator, we can see is the most wise. As Muslims, what we say, based upon His wisdom and His mercy, which is a logical argument without any doubt, He chose people amongst us from our kind, human beings, to convey the message what is our purpose of life. But again, the Creator knows some people are liars. They're going to claim to be prophets of God, but are devils and liars. So the Creator, He gave something to those chosen ones by Him, the prophets of God, that differentiate them from the rest of the people. In order for you, sis, and for me, and for everyone here, to distinguish between a true prophet and a false prophet. For example, I don't have to speak about Jesus, Moses, Abraham. You with me, yeah? If I establish Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet, logic dictates, as we have mentioned before, we should believe what he came with. From the proof and the tangible proof that we have to establish Muhammad as a true prophet, ﷺ, that he prophesies about the future. And we know no one knows the future in detail except the Creator. You with me? Okay. For example, he said there will come a time when you see the Arabs, they will stop using camels as a riding beast, and they will use something as a box that will carry them and their wives to the mosque. And we know the Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi, if they don't use the camels as a riding beast, they are using what? Cars. Person say, why he never said cars? Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, of course, isn't going to mention the term that we mentioned now. However, the description doesn't fit nothing except a car. He said they will use something as a box that will carry them. And it's what's happening now. The question we ask ourselves, how men that lived 1400 years ago in the middle of nowhere knew about something that is occurring right now in front of our eyes? Another prophecy, I'm speaking to us, sorry. Another prophecy that Prophet Muhammad said, there will come a time when you see the barefoot Arab man competing in building tall buildings. Well, you have to understand and picture it. When the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ mentioned that back in those days, the Arabs were not known to build tall buildings. Those who were known, the Persians, the Romans, the Egyptians. Let me ask you, maybe you know, where is the tallest building in the world? Where is it?
Saudi Arabia.
No, it's in Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah,
Dubai, yes.
Dubai.
Dubai. Who's competing with them? Saudi.
That's right.
The question we ask ourselves, when you look to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, prophecy is so precise and specifically and detailed. Again, how men that lived in the middle of nowhere prophesied about something that is occurring in front of our eyes. Likewise, the miracle that he came with, which is called Quran. How come he came with a book that has many miracles? One of the miracles that he mentioned, or Allah mentioned, he conveyed it. Allah mentioned 1,400 years ago in the Quran that this book is easy, it's been made, Allah made, it's easy for the people to memorize it. And we know there is 100 million of people memorize the Quran who doesn't know speak language of the book. The question ask yourself, this speech cannot be a speech of a human being, because no human knows that every human can memorize his book. This speech is speech of God. Allah mentioned that 1,400 years ago, and that is occurring right now in front of our eyes in Africa, in Asia, in America. So I will tell you, what do you think what I said to you so far? Does it make sense to you? Is it clear to you? So what I will say to you, all of that goes back to a man that came who said, bear witness there is no one worthy of worship except Allah. Okay? And believe in the angels that God created creation to use them to communicate between him and his servants. Believing in the books, the Torah, the Injil, the Quran, the Zabur and the previous scriptures. Believing in the day of judgment. and believing everything that occur by God's permission. Likewise, to believe in every prophet. Sis, if you believe that and it makes sense to you, then the question I will ask you without any pressure, you are Speaker's Corner, it's a free place, it's up to you. What I can do, I can give you the offer. What is stopping you to become Muslim?
Because in Europe, it's the Western world, right?
Okay.
I'm European and American person, and to be a religious person in the Western world is very hard, especially when you don't come from religious background. You understand? I don't know if you understand because you're not.
I mean, my family is from the Western world. My wife, she's from the Western world.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife, she's a revet.
She maybe understands, but
Yeah.
when you don't, you're not born in a religious family.
Yeah.
In the Western world, for you to become religious is very, very hard. Very hard.
I
And
agree.
even if somebody is born in a religious family, it's very hard for them to maintain that. They have to have
You're
people
right.
around them that think the same, because this is Europe. You know, we're still in Europe, yeah. And people don't think in a religious way anymore.
You're right.
They think only about money.
You're right. You're right.
So
100% I agree with you.
to be religious and to wear the clothes and do it's very, very hard.
Without any doubt. But sister, what you have to
Especially now.
understand that, of course, I agree with you 100%. Even our Prophet mentioned, there will come a time, the Muslim that practices religion, it will be like a person that is holding what?
Hot coal.
Hot coal. Is that, imagine try to hold a hot coal. You can't do it. You see, that it's true. However, but what we have to understand that one day we're going to die and we're going to stand before our Creator. And our Creator knows. But Allah mentioned in the Quran about those who strive for His sake to please Him, Allah will make it easy for them. When you have that belief and you know that this life is just temporary life, what is waiting for you is greater than that, then everything will become easy upon you. Like we're not suffering what the prophets and messengers suffered. Some prophets and messengers, sis, they were suffering, they were killed, they were tortured, they were punished, but that never turned them away from the truth. Likewise, their followers, the followers of Jesus, the followers of Moses, the followers of Abraham, some of them were tortured, punished, but they hold upon the truth. Why? Because they knew this life is like a bridge. Bridge, we use it to cross from one side to the other side. You becoming a Muslim is between you and your Creator. But however, I always mention this example, sis. It's like a cake. If you eat a cake one time, what happens to you? You vomit. In order for you to feel the sweetness of the cake, you take a bit by bit. So when you accept Islam, Islam is not a religion of Pakistani or Algerian or Moroccan. It's a religion of the creation. Islam means, in English language, to submit yourself to your Creator according to His will. Like you do agree with me, you should be grateful to your Creator. Correct? You with me?
Try not to film.
No, brother, no record. Yeah, you can record from the other side, but we have to respect her decision. Please, thank you. Yeah. Sister, do you agree that you should be grateful to your Creator?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the question I always ask, if you want to buy a gift for your mother, would you buy a gift that you love or your mother love? Your mother love.
Sheila.
If you want to buy a gift for your friend or your mother, of course, you're going to buy something that he loves, not something you love. Okay? Likewise, if you want to worship your Creator, worship Him the way He loves. That's why He said the prophets and messengers. That's why as a Muslim we believe, as a Muslim I believe if I was alive at the time of Jesus, but in order for me to get to God or to get to paradise, I have to say there is no one worthy of worship except Allah, and Jesus is the messenger of Allah. Before Jesus was Moses, before Moses was Abraham. Now the last prophet is Muhammad. And as I've explained to you with the tangible proofs, with the logical arguments, that Muhammad is a true prophet. So sis, remember, nothing is guaranteed in this life except death. Yes, there is many, difficulties. However, as I've mentioned, we're going to die. If the truth is clear to you, I repeat again, if it makes sense to you and it's clear to you, you should accept Islam. Then, step by step. And don't worry about what the people say about you. Because when you're going to die, many of us, we're so busy with life. Allah said in the Quran, أَلْهَاكُمُ التَّكَاثُرُ حَتَّى زُرْتُمُ الْمَقَابِرِ. The worldly affairs occupied you until you came to the grave. كَلَّا سَوْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ ثُمَّ كَلَّا سَوْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ. You will know, nay, you will come to know. لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ عِلْمَ الْيَقِينِ لَتَرَوُنَّ الْجَحِيمِ. When you come to know with certainty, then you will see the hellfire. So we have to prepare ourselves. So sister, I'm inviting you again, if it makes sense, it's clear to you, forget about the people. If you are shy for the people, which is the woman nature anyway, but accept Islam, and when you accept Islam, you are being grateful to your Creator according to His way. And you already said it makes sense to you and is clear to you.
Thank you for that.
Okay, no problem. So, do you accept? Forget the people, I mean, you can go there.
I can't do it here. Sorry.
No problem, you can.
Not here.
No, we can, I know many people. Wait,
Do it in a mosque, not here.
In a mosque.
well, you know, it's not okay, I will
wouldn't
tell
do
you.
it in the park.
No, I will tell you something.
I wouldn't do it.
If we do it in a mosque, if you want to do it in a mosque, alhamdulillah, but you have to tell me, are you guaranteed to leave tomorrow?
Am I what?
Are you guaranteed to leave tomorrow?
Will you live?
Till tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll live tomorrow.
No one is guaranteed.
guarantee.
No one is guaranteed.
Yeah,
So
but that's forced in Panara.
I'm not forcing now because I never put a knife or spoon.
No, but you have to
Yeah, but
understand.
I'm speaking to her, to be honest. I spoke to you before.
You're here to question, right?
No, I spoke to her, to be
This
honest.
is a open place, something.
Yeah, but I will speak to you, but I'm speaking to her because she's
Let
more
him
open.
finish.
She's more learning.
So am I not open?
No, I spoke to you before.
Why?
I know. Because you are here to preach what you believe to me, correct?
What am I preaching?
You Israelites and so on. Okay. Anyway, ikhwa, if we can go there, maybe just yeah. What was? Yeah, you can come inside.
Shaitan's come, bro.
You can. No, the camera.
Because I think they want to speak privately, it's better, isn't it?
I know.
Sorry, Lord.
Falling down. I agree with the dietary laws, the way they kill the animals, the dress.
Ikhwa, it's going to be private work.
But to do it, actually practice it, that's the hard part. Because
No.
this is a Western world.
No problem. You know, if you don't want to do it here, you want to do it in a mosque. Then it's up to you.
All these people staring.
No, you do it on one-on-one. Do you need a witness or anything? Or one-on-one is enough?
We can go just two people
Just
there.
him and you? Just...